I'm live. Well, it's Labor Day weekend, so happy Labor Day. Uh, the key to this whole holiday is labor, which means to work. So I really have been working. Um, this morning I started building a process for refinishing Game Disc. This one doesn't have the books, so I don't know. Uh, so I was, I'm trying to decide. Not really. I'm not really trying to decide. I'm trying to find my lane. This eBay from the RV thing. There's a lot of people that live in RVs. I mean, this park is full right now. I see. I have a few friends jumping in and out to leave me thumbs down. Thank you very much. I appreciate it if you hang around. If not, that's fine too. Um, so I've been doing a lot of research about disc media, not just uh, the games, um, not just the games for game systems, but games for computers, um, CDs. And I stumbled onto a store a little while ago, and I don't know if you guys know this or not. Yeah, there they go, in and out. They're the ones that leave me the negatives. What's up, Walter? How are you? Um, what they don't realize is nobody could see them anymore. So all their thumbs down are just activity to YouTube. They see it as activity on my channel, which they appreciate. So I appreciate them just as much. So don't think anything of these guys jumping in and out of the show. Um, I'm okay with it now. I know what it does for me. So anybody know who the largest seller on eBay is? And I guess there's the only way to deep fried deals. How are you, Bolta? How are you? The only way for you to know is a little research, and I believe it's based on feedback more than anything else. Does anybody know? Anybody got an idea who the largest seller is on eBay right now, and what market they sell in? Their store's called Declutter. Now, Pharma Packs ain't nothing compared to this company. The store is called Declutter. Have you ever scanned a CD at Goodwill, and somebody comes up at like $3.47 free shipping, $4.12 free shipping, and you're like, how the hell can you make any money selling these things at that low of a price? Um, you figure if I paid $1 at Goodwill, which I did for this one, and I ship it media mail, which is $2.75 plus $1, I'm $3.75. I can't even compete with this guy on pricing. And he ships media mail. He has over 600,000 listings currently. Over 600,000 listings currently. So how does he sell and accumulate and buy that kind of media? I don't believe it's subsidized shipping. I believe it's media mail. But you gotta, I mean, You got to get this thing for a penny to 10 cents to make money. But that's what I wanted to talk about was his volume. Guys, he's not going, well, if I can buy this for this and I can sell it for that, and this is what I make, that's not what he's doing. All right, guys, it's really not what he's doing. What he does is he goes, my sales are $1,000 and I spent $200 on inventory, so I made $800 in profit. We as sellers, as much smaller sellers, look at it as, well, if I can get this for $1 and I could sell it for $6, then I could make $5 on this item. They do not look at the per item profit. They look at their total profit coming in. So they have sales coming in, they have expenses going out, and what's left over is their profit or loss. It's their math is very simple. They do not look at individual listings. They look at volume. That's what they look at. And I found it interesting that the largest seller on eBay is in music. He sells DVDs, CDs, and books, and cassettes. He does have cassettes. All those items ship media mail, just so you know. He ships everything media mail. So I don't know if you remember, I used to sell jeans. Anybody remember? Well, does anybody know that I sold jeans? I also sold Amish dresses on the same concept, the volume. The Amish dresses, I made a little more money than I did the jeans. But when I sold jeans, the only thing I sold, for the most part, was jeans. Very rarely did I buy anything outside of a jean. And I believe I still could make money with jeans based on finding a source for them. Sources are tough, but at the time I was able to buy jeans for 50 cents a pair on Sunday. So what Lori and I did was we would go through the entire jeans, pants, and we sold them for $9.95 plus $6.95 shipping, flat rate shipping. The reason we added the flat rate shipping on them is because we would fit them into a padded flat rate envelope. Guys, that's what this guy's doing. I don't know where his source is, where he's getting, you know, he must get his volume sale, his sales must be, 20, 30,000 units a month, if not more. He has over 600,000 listings, and on each listing, he may have 10 or 15 in stock at any given time of, let's say, this particular CD. I don't know. I honestly don't know how he's doing it. I'm just letting you know that it can be done at scale. And that's what he's doing, is at scale. Now, he does not repair it. They probably go, yep, that's a playable CD, and it goes on the shelf. They may wipe the case down a little, but my guess is at 347, not more than 20 seconds, 30 seconds is spent per CD, guys. Probably has machines sorting and listing. How could you have a machine list sort? How could they sort? They have to be checked. They have to be checked. They do have to be checked, guys. He has a large labor force. I can promise you that. I am sure it's like a factory. I know the person that could answer the question is his first name's Greg. I forget his last name. Greg sells nothing but books, and they dump them on a conveyor belt, and the freaking conveyor belt goes by, and people scan them, collect them, pull them, check them. I mean, his process is amazing for books. But he has a process, and he does millions of dollars in books. So he could answer the question of how this company does this large volume. But I'm letting you know that if you want to do this, there's two ways of doing it. You can find the rare, expensive stuff, or you can work on volume. Straight up volume. It's the only way you're going to compete in this market. So if you paid $1 for this and you get $4 for it, you made a few pennies on it, but you have to work on volume. Um, it's not easy to work on volume. Uh, I'm going to say we had approximately 400 pairs or 500 pairs of jeans listed at any given time. I had several people listing for me. Their inspection process wasn't the greatest, but that's because I didn't have an inspection process. But you can do this stuff at volume level. But it's a lot of hard work. If I get into this market, it's going to be a lot of hard work, guys. It's not going to be easy. I already got in trouble today because I was working this morning and my wife wanted to go to breakfast. One of the first things I got to do is, if I'm going to do this, whether it be as a hobby or as an additional income, I've thought about selling this stuff so that I can just invest the money that I make into retirement, like just build my retirement account by working. The first thing I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to tear out the outside refrigerator and cabinet and pull that all apart and build a custom workstation there, so that if my wife gets up and says, hey, let's go have breakfast, I can push in the workstation, close the hatch, and walk away and say, okay, let's go have breakfast. In a workshop, if I had a workshop, a garage, something like that, I could walk in, work, and lock the door on my way out. I need that. If I'm going to do this at any kind of level, I need to be able to just push it in and say, okay, I'm done for now, and come back to it. Which will mean I need to have a custom cabinet built so that I can slide it in, slide it out, like a workstation. But what I'm finding out, trying to make a living from the RV, and now I went to the pool, so I didn't get to the reading glasses, was you have to be very organized. You have to know what you have to sell. There's my inventory of reading glasses that I have in stock on board the RV. I will be getting them listed in the next day or so. I want to still make that a business. I know a lot of people don't believe that I can, but I can. I know that I can. And Florida Picker says, I am working out of my RV. I have the same issues. And for those that don't know, I know Alan. Yeah, Alan, you have to be very niche specific. It has to be small items. You have to get them in and processed and into storage. Walter Leone says, I saw readers at Walgreens for $20. They're everywhere, guys. I did my homework on them. I do believe it's a profitable center. a profit center. I really do believe that. I believe what it was because that's an older store. I mean, because that's a brand new store, there's no sales. So I am going to switch it over to my big eBay store. I have not done it yet, but I plan on it. Um, and I don't know that I'm going to do much with that new store. I may do everything from through my old store, and I was trying to see all the problems from the a new to get something started. But man, that was nuts. I I either need to call eBay and get my limits up on that store or something because having 10 and that's it, that was very restrictive. And I understand why so many people. I may actually look at the. Um, I may be a lot kinder to people that are just starting out because a lot of people were saying a lot of stuff about limits and that, and I'm like, man, it's just to get the work, but it's more than that. I've been recommended to watch this new Undercover Billionaire show. Is anybody watching that Undercover Billionaire? I hear it's a guy that has 90 days to build $1 million company from $100, and he gets $100, and I heard he was sleeping in his truck the first couple of days, and then he bought some stuff to flip, and he bought something, took it to the flea. I don't know if he took it to the flea market. All he knows is he bought some stuff to sell, and he he was creative about how he got started. Um, I don't know how much of it is scripted. I heard he has people that are willing to work for him for free. Uh, I, I don't see anybody working for me for free. Isn't he in Erie, PA? LOL. I have no idea where he is. All I know is that he's. I heard it was a really interesting show. I knew nothing about it. I heard nothing about it. A friend of mine recommended it to me, and I'm going to try and catch up on it. I think I can catch up on it. Most of those things, most of those NBC, ABC, CBS type things, you can watch episodes to catch up. Um, we'll see. I'm going to check it out. But guys, I mean, I guess the big takeaway from today would be to understand that there's two markets on eBay. There really is two markets, okay? Um, there's the market that everybody knows about and talks about, where you buy this for $1 and sell it for $20. But there's also the market where I buy 1,000 computer games for 10 cents each, and I sell them for $1.99 plus shipping on eBay. There are definitely two markets. There's a volume market where the sellers are working on strictly on volume, and they are big, big sellers, and they are hurting. They are hurting markets like this, where you buy it for $1 and sell it for 20. These volume sellers, and I am a volume seller, guys, can work on a fraction of the profit that you can because of their volume. Link Surplus, good evening. He says, John, did I miss anything? Good. Yeah, just that the market is there's definitely, they say there's no classes in America, but yet there's the rich and the poor. The same thing pretty much goes for selling. There's the guys that go out and find these golden nuggets. For example, I think I have one that I can make here. This is the original Sims, and this is the original Sims expansion pack. This alone sells for like $4 or $5, and this alone sells for like $6. I think together I could sell them for a little more profit. But then there's the Christmas CDs where every time you look at them, the biggest seller on eBay is selling them for $3. And it's because he has a place where he's buying a gazillion CDs for a penny or 2 pennies or 3 pennies, and he's listing them and he's selling and working off of volume. And he's not looking at, well, this CD's worth $6. He's working off volume saying, well, it's worth a couple of dollars. I'm going to sell it at $3.99 because it fits his system. It fits his process. And, it has to be worth $40, $50, $60 for him to really take notice of it. Is what I'm finding in his store. He has over 600,000 listings for the guy that's the largest seller on eBay with music. The store, so when you see it, he has over 2 million feedback, and he has over 600,000 items in his store. Not very well categoried. It's basically CDs. Is a category, music. Scott C says, hi, John. Hair curlers are another great item to pick up at Goodwill. The older Conair ones sell for $25 to $50, and you can get them at Goodwill for $2 to $5. Just make sure it comes with clips. They do sell very well. Here's the problem. And I don't see, it's not a problem, guys. That puts you in the gold category. You're looking for gold. Where, honestly, guys, I'm a volume seller. I like to work off of volume, like the guy with the CDs. And I have to accept that. Arthur says, John, years ago, I would get mass numbers of CDs, wholesaler to sell. I'm guessing he would buy extremely large lots of CDs to sell on eBay. Then my suppliers copied me when they saw the profit. That's what this decluttered guy is. He's buying thousands of these guys. I mean, I can't imagine the number of CDs he's buying to sell them. And listen, if he paid 10 cents and makes 40 cents, it's a 400% profit to him. I know we don't understand that as a small seller. This is big number theory here, guys. You got to remember, if he paid 10 cents for this and sells it for 40 cents profit, it's a 400% return on his investment. How many times a day can he do that when you reach a level where money does not matter, where the dollar, where you don't have to make a profit to eat? This guy does not have to turn a profit. The guy that owns his company does not have to turn a profit to eat. And I'm sure Arthur will agree with me on that. If he's doing those kind of numbers where he has over 2 million feedback, over 600,000 active listings, this guy does not have to sell a single CD today to eat dinner. When you are at that point in life, you can take 10-cent items and flip them for 40 cents with a 400% profit. Balta says, have you considered selling books on Amazon? You could ship boxes out as they fill up. Do you think it would work out of an RV? I know a lot of people, I can't remember the guy's name. I believe it's Wyatt. He runs around on Facebook. He lives in an RV, him and I. If I'm in Florida, he's in the West Coast. I'm in the West Coast. Guess where he is? He's in Florida. We've never been able to like cross paths and actually meet face to face. He does book media out of his RV, and every time he stops, he goes to Goodwills. He goes all the places that they know to get books, scans all the books, ships them in, and makes great money. Do I have an interest in that? Absolutely, positively not, Walter. Please understand that I do have an income, guys. This is not how I'm going to make a living. Flipping CDs that I buy for 10 cents for 40 cents is not how I'm going to make a living. It's just not. If I was approved in the DVD category on Amazon, I may consider flipping used DVDs that I source very cheaply. But honestly, I see the market in this. I do see how this guy is making money on very large numbers. He is not making money by buying this at Goodwill, scanning this at Goodwill, and turning a profit. He's just not doing that, guys. Can you make money with Christmas CDs? Yes, I believe absolutely positively that you can make money with Christmas CDs. Do I believe you can make money with CDs? Yes, I do. DVDs? Yes, I do. Do I believe there's a market for refurbished CDs and DVDs, which means these old scratched up CDs that are in really bad shape? And I think every one of these I checked to make sure they were like perfect. I don't have any CDs in the house. Maybe one of these games because I knew I was buying that machine is scratched. But this one looks pretty rough on the. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to show it, but this one's pretty scratched up. Um, is there a market to refurbish those? I believe there is. Um, I believe there's a market for refurbished product, disc media. I believe that I can build a system out of the RV to do it. I believe there's enough sources around to buy media for as low as I think I can get. Uh, I think I can get DVD movies. I think it was like 14 cents each for a DVD, guys. Um, it's pretty cheap. They're going to be rough. I mean, they're going to have to be ran through the machine, and they come in lots of. I'm looking at lots of 5,000 DVDs. They're shipped on pallets. I don't know that I can do it out of an RV on the DVD level, but there are games. I do believe games is possible, especially these. These are computer games, guys. The old computer games are pretty scratched up. And speaking of that, I don't know if any of you remember I bought the Microsoft stuff. The guy says, give me $2 for a big stack of Microsoft stuff. I heard there was issues with it on eBay and Vero and all that. So I listed it on eBay for $19.99 and it sold in about 10 minutes. I sold it for $19.99 plus shipping. In the end, I probably made about $16 on it. It was just sitting there and I bought it, so it was no big deal to me. I made money. It was a nice quick flip. But I don't think you'll see me doing much of that kind of stuff anymore, guys. I think what you're going to see is me focusing on these PC games and um, Reselling to make a living, says Gary, reseller. A pallet of CDs would kill your gas mileage. Yeah, a pallet of CDs may kill my gas mileage, but I don't get much gas mileage now. I don't think Bertha would even notice a pallet of CDs, guys. The gas mileage in this thing sucks to begin with. So, but it's time for Lori and I. We're going to go have a cheesesteak at Edgewater Casino. It's right on the Colorado River. We're probably going to play Buffalo. Yes, she likes to play Buffalo for a little bit, and then we're going to come home and I'm going to rest and relax. Tomorrow is the holiday, and I probably will work in the morning before she gets up. Then after that, I may go to the pool with her. I don't like the pool as much as my wife does. After about an hour there, it gets to be too much heat, too much sun for me. And then I end up getting sick. I actually start to get heat exhaustion. Although I drink a lot of water, I still seem to get heat exhaustion out in the sun. I'm not a big, huge fan of direct sunlight. Are there any casino boat excursions? No, this portion of the Colorado River is kind of small. The most you can have is the most draw you can have is about 2.5 feet. Everything is pretty flat bottomed here. Even the water taxis are on the I can't think of what they're called. They're on top of the steel tube things. A platform boat type thing. The in the middle of this river right now, it's only about 10 feet, 11 feet. A pontoon. Thank you, Arthur. A pontoon boat. Everything is pretty much pontoon or jet propelled. They do have one jet propelled boat that runs down the river into Lake Havasu. What's it called? Lake what? Where Chris is? Lake Havasu. It runs down to London Bridge on the other side of Lake Havasu. It's a jet boat. It's jet propelled. Not the engine, but the method it uses in the water is jet propelled. Basically, guys, where I'm at, the deepest part of the river is only about 11 feet. So we're gonna go enjoy some dinner, guys. You know, leave me some comments. I don't seem to get as many comments as I used to, and I miss corresponding with you guys back and forth. I hope you have a wonderful Labor Day. I don't think I'm going to do any videos tomorrow. I just found it fascinating that the largest seller on eBay sells used CDs. I just found that extremely, extremely, extremely fascinating, guys, that he was able to make a living by selling used CDs. Make sure you have comments turned on. My comments are turned on, aren't they, Arthur? I usually get 1 or 2 comments on them. I used to get 8 or 9 on them. But hey, guys, I'm out of here. Remember, God loves you. God bless. And I'm done getting off my ass today and working, but there's always tomorrow. I hope you guys have a wonderful, blessed holiday. Be safe out there. And for those down in Florida and in the path of that hurricane, know that I am praying for you. I have been down there and through that stuff. It is nasty. All right, guys. I'll talk to you soon. God bless.